In the last video, I flew the second leg of a very long day's flight, departing from Great Falls and landing at Fort Benton. In this episode, I fly another lovely leg and land at Heller Farm, a grass strip right on the shores of the Missouri River.
Just talked to Mike May. He's the airport manager here and a couple other small airports in the area. Well, they're all small around here in this area. Cool guy. I was getting fuel and he came driving over in his riding mower to help hold the hose because there was no ratcheting. The ratcheting mechanism's broken on it and it was about to pull me over on the ladder, so he helped out with that. And we chatted for a bit. He told me about a big elk herd that's a little further downstream from here that might be cool for me to photograph. Do a little flyover. 1.1 million acres there. A preserve. What else? Oh, he talked about hunters that come in here and their king airs and some different guide services around here. People come in and go fishing and hunting. Right now it's bow season for elk. And he'll be going hunting, I think, he said, once it's gun season. Anyway, cool. This is a really beautiful little airport and a nice little town right on the Missouri River. Pretty awesome. And he was talking about blowing snow, Mike May there. He mows, what did he say? Four swaths on either side of the taxiways and the runway, just to give clearance to airplanes. And it does snow blowing. Fort Benton, that was 23, runway 5. Fort Benton traffic, Silver Luscombe back taxiing for runway 5, Fort Benton. And then I'll just continue in the direction that I want to go. Load pressure's good, oil temp is good. Guy down here owns a big company. He's got like 5 air tractors, I think Mike said, for crop dusting, and he's got his own taxiway here, and he's got even has firefighting planes. Oh no, this isn't his taxiway. His taxiway's over there. This is just an area to get turned around, but that's okay. I didn't need that. So yeah, big old business down there. Firefighting planes with his own fuel trucks and retardant trucks that he picks up on his own. Alright, Fort Benton traffic, Silver Luscombe taking off runway 5. We'll be making a straight out departure in low over the river, Fort Benton.
Fort Benton traffic, Cessna 24569, 10 miles south. 10,500 northbound, we'll be able to find the field to the north, Fort Benton.
Got a little wave from Mike there, so that's cool.
In this segment, I fly along a lovely section of typical meandering river, losing only about 300 feet between Fort Benton and Heller Farm.
should be good. I'm good to go now for fuel, with fuel for a long time. There's some towers over there. Are there wires coming across here? If there are, I should be well over them. Oh, yeah, there are wires. Holy cow. No visibility markers on those things. But at least I'm above them. Yeah, it's good, I think, to stay generally a little bit higher, like I'm doing here, 100 feet maybe. So you won't hit just normal power lines on regular city-sized power poles, which are probably more like 20 feet, 30 feet tall. But really good to keep your eyes peeled. And we got a right crosswind here. Because it was making more work for us to make that turn. like a bald eagle up there, over on the left. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. Bunch of birds there, all over the place. I see some power poles there, or bridge. I'm gonna climb up a little bit. Not sure, we might have wires coming across here. We may, but I don't think they're high. Maybe they're, yeah, they're closer to road level there, which is great. .2 Gs there, so that's pretty gentle turn. Oh, that used to be maybe a train track running along the shore here. Was that like, or some kind of bridge maybe? Maybe not a train track, but maybe that was, those are kind of trestles or something. Or not trestles, but I don't know what the supports would be called for a bridge. Those little birdies are flapping their wings. Wires. Putting along at 2200 here or so, 2170, 2180, 4.7, 5 gallons an hour. 86, 80, yeah, 86 indicated, 90 true. 2,700 feet. We're going downhill. Got some kayakers here. They're canoers. A whole gang of them here.
Chester Airport, Cessna 24569, 10 miles to the south, descending through 9,700 feet inbound for landing, Chester.
I got away from one of the canoers. We definitely have some cables here coming across the river. That would have been a nice place to fly kind of low there. I could have flown under those. Put some visibility markers on those things, folks, please. Bird nest on top of that phone pole.
Chester, Unicom, Cessna 24569.
More wires there. Gotta watch the wires. Plenty of wires. Plenty of wires. Okay, I couldn't see where those wires were going, so climbed up a little bit. Because we got this cliff up here with a bunch of power poles on top of it, and I'm afraid some of them are going to come across the river here and they'll be sticking way up in the air. Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just going parallel on the southern shore there, right along the cliff line.
Chester traffic, Cessna 24569, 5 miles south, inbound for landing, Chester.
Got a couple big power poles on either side of the river here. Probably wires going across. I don't see any visibility markers. But I bet you 50 bucks, yep, I can see wires going across. And no visibility markers. Definitely got to stay on your toes. Man, if you get complacent flying over rivers, I remember reading about
Traffic, Cessna 24569.
about one guy who is like some expert mountain flyer, like wrote the book on mountain flying, and died in the mountains. He was flying over a river, I guess, and hit some power lines. Get some air in here. It's pretty comfortable, but it's warming up a little bit. .80 RPM, 4.7, maybe 4.5, between 4.5 and 5 gallons an hour. So, but that's really loafing along. That's kind of an economy cruise setting. Wires. Yeah, the thing to look for is power poles on the sides of the river. If you got power poles, you're probably gonna have wires. And here's a river crossing. It's a I don't remember what they call them, but you just there's some visibility markers. Pull yourself across using that cable. Yeah, I think maybe 100 feet is generally going to be pretty safe along the river, and it's actually a nice perspective, nice viewpoint. We got some power poles over there. Okay, no, those wires are going that way, so we're okay. If there's a tall hill with a power pole on it, I'm always afraid that it's going to come across the river at kind of a high altitude. But that doesn't usually seem to be the case. That'd be an awesome trip, canoeing down the Missouri. Bald eagle right there. Couldn't do too much of a wing wag there, or I would have flown into that hill. Guess I was close enough, I could have just waved. Couple of bald eagles looks like sitting on that fence on top of that hill there. That's pretty cool stuff right there. Got some rafters down here. Got a wave out of one of them. That's awesome. Burning barely over 4 gallons an hour. It says 4.1, 4.4. So we're just over 2100 RPM, so we're really loafing along here. Which actually, I kind of like. It's kind of fun. Those trails are sort of interesting. Or they're mountain goats or something. I don't know. Getting some bumps now. What time is it? 11:20. So things are heating up a little bit. So it'll probably be bumpy for the rest of the day. Man, this is awesome scenery here. Super awesome scenery. That's cool. .89 knots at 2200 RPM over the ground, so we got a little tailwind. 87 knots. I hit that cow with my shadow, ran him over. Lots of bucks out here. Might have one on that camera, on that forward-facing one again. There was one at Fort Benton. A couple on the left edge, right at the seam between the glass and the rim, so those won't show up, but the one in the center certainly will. A couple more canoes here. I don't know if they're together or not. They could be. Only 76 knots. Got a big headwind here. I'm headed almost north. Just a little bit east of north. Got a big headwind. Only going 74 knots over the ground. This is super awesome. Super awesome. Very, very nice. This, I couldn't have imagined this. This is awesome. This is totally awesome. Totally awesome. So Heller Farm is my next airport where I thought I would land. And I'll land there. And clean up my windshield again, check that front-facing camera for bugs, and just stretch my legs for 5 minutes. 122.9. I'm not hearing anybody on the radio. I was on 122.8 there. Wasn't hearing anybody. Runway 11 and 29. So it's basically east and west. We'll see if there's a windsock there. Pretty awesome. There are a couple tents right there, and some canoers and they got their tent set up. So some people paddling the river. Very, very nice. So Heller Farm's coming up, maybe 15 miles as the crow flies. So probably more like 20 along the river. We got a bunch of paddlers here, it looks like. Not sure where they came from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 canoes, it looks like. That would be very nice. It will be just as nice as this. Very, very different, but extremely nice. Bald eagle right there. That's cool. A lot of bald eagles that I've seen along here, or several. That guy was waving his arms like saying, hey, rock your wings. So I had to do it. They were a friendly bunch. They were all waving. That was fun. That was cool. I always really enjoy that. Because you know that the people down there are thinking, ah, that's really awesome. Look at that plane. Look at that airplane. That's great. So it makes me happy. Heller Farm traffic, Silver Luscombe, 3 miles to the northwest at 2600 over the river. So, nobody on ADSB, haven't seen anybody for a long time, haven't heard anybody. Chances that someone's out here are very, very low. I'll keep my eyes open, but I'll probably just fly low over the field and maybe be a little more informal about it. What was it? 11 and 29. So 11 will be the way I'm going, and 29 will be coming back. So it sort of looks like it's going to open up here a little bit. Could be plenty of room to maneuver. Take a look at the runway, see if it looks tricky or good condition or whatever. I don't have to land. And it'll be on the southern side of the river, on the right side. Oh, this is nice. This is definitely an easier approach, 2-9. So there's a windsock, and it looks like a crosswind coming from the north. Looks like it's in good condition. Oh, that wind's coming from the west. It seems like it's all over It's coming more from that way. So, Heller traffic, Silver Lusk, I'm going to maneuver for straight in for runway 11, Heller Farm. So, I'll just come out this way and then come in over the river. For sort of a straight in, maybe a little dog leg there. Full carb heat, so I don't need to think about it. And if I'm not comfortable, I can go around. Go around's easy. Because I just got river in front of me and that approach on the other end is totally clear. Heller Farm, Silver Lusk, I'm 1 mile to the east, straight in, runway 11, Heller Farm. Yep, carb heat's on, so I'm coming in pretty low here, that's fine. I'll just come in just next to this hill. I don't need to, yeah, coming in straight over the top of that, I think is not as good an idea. Yeah, it's not much of a dog leg, pretty easy. It's a little rough. Oh, we'll just come down here. Yeah, the wind is coming this way some of the time, and crosswind from the river some of the time. Sweet, this is awesome. Cool, let's get out and take a break.
Heller Bottom Farm was homesteaded in 1925 by Cyrus C. Bella. The deed which was issued was actually signed by Calvin Coolidge. The Bella family owned the farm until 1951 when they sold it to Marion and Juanita Heller. The term bottom is a local term that references land and the bottom of the river versus those who live on the ridges and plains surrounding the river. The Bella's children walked to school about 2 miles upriver across from where the power plant existed. The power plant was a coal-fired steam electrical generating station. The electricity was sent up to the Little Rocky Mountains to the gold mining camps. The Heller Farm has passed to various owners over the years and is now owned by an anonymous private individual. Visitors are welcome to use the cabin. There's also a motorcycle located by the small nearby concrete block farmhouse. You can use it to drive to Winifred, which looks like it might be around 30 miles away, at least partially on dirt roads. Sounds like a substantial addition to one's adventure. Come back next time when I fly over Fort Peck Lake, a massive reservoir, and land at a big, all-grass airport near the dams at the far end of the lake.